Well, hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are in the world. Dr. Lakeisha McKnight is here with you. Welcome aboard to the Leadership TKO live night show, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful evening here in Chesapeake, Virginia, where I'm going live. It is about 6:21 p.m. Eastern Time on this Wednesday, December the 20th, and we are about to get to it. Let's just make sure that our settings are well on Facebook, where we're going live with the stream. I will let you know that this content will be made available on the Leadership TKO Show YouTube channel. So we do have a YouTube channel, and so this will be made available there. Right now, we're also live on podcast platforms throughout the world. And as I mentioned, we go live on Facebook every Monday and every Wednesday around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, listen, we're a little bit early on Facebook today because there are several meetings going on, and I want to make sure that I met with you all, that I delivered some great value on today to those of you who are wealth builders, those of you who have a goal of building wealth, creating passive income for yourself and for those who are connected to you. Now, if this is your first time here with this stream, this YouTube channel or podcast, I will let you know that our goal, the mission of Leadership TKO, is to empower men and women, network marketing professionals, even wealth builders, with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. So if that's something that you want to work on accomplishing as we wrap up the 2023 year and perhaps a goal for 2024, you're tuning into the right stream, the right podcast, and even the right channel. So go ahead in the chat. For those of you who are here, I do see some of you tuning in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. So type in your city, type in your state, where you are watching from. I do want to acknowledge those of you who are here live with me. So go ahead and type it on in. I want to acknowledge those of you who are here with me on this evening. All right. Go ahead and type it in. As I mentioned, I'm here in Chesapeake, Virginia. Where are you all from? Let me know in the comments area. And if there's anything that resonates with you, feel free to type it in the comment section as well. Because I love interaction and love being able to, gather your thoughts, see where you're thinking, how are we aligned? I like to check that out as well. So listen, what is our focus for tonight? Because I'm going to go ahead and dive right on in. I'm not going to hold us up. Our theme for tonight is 2024 Wealth Building Roadmap, your ultimate beginner's guide to financial success. Now, I'm no financial advisor. I'm simply going to be sharing with you some things that I do so that I can create wealth. Okay? Because listen, we don't want our children to have to struggle financially when we're gone. Whenever that day is, whenever that time is, when God calls us home, we don't want our generations coming up after us to have to struggle. So we need to establish a plan right here, right now, that they will be able to pick up the baton and be able to run with it. So we got to create a plan. Someone type in plan in the chat for me. Type in plan in the chat if you're in agreement that we need a plan to be able to pass on wealth to our children and our children's children. And so that's what we're going to be focusing in on. Good evening, Maricelis. Maricelis Santos is tuning in. Good evening to you, my sister. Thank you for tuning in on tonight. So look, I got 3 quick points. I'm gonna give you these 3 points and I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be gone. Okay. And I'm gonna share with you all at the end a way by which you can connect with me and we can perhaps brainstorm a perfect plan for you and your family for 2024. Okay. So let's go ahead and dive right on in. Here's point number 1. A part of this wealth building plan for 2024 is you want to do this. You need to set clear financial goals. Yep. Go ahead and put that on your sheet of paper, jot it down, perhaps type it in if you're typing on the computer. You need to set clear financial goals. See, you have to really begin by defining your financial objectives. What are your objectives for 2024? Okay, so whether it's saving, for a down payment on a house, building an emergency fund, or maybe you're investing for retirement, you really need to have a clear goal or goals, that's actually going to help you with building a wealth building plan and giving you direction. See, your plan is to give you direction. So if you don't have anything written, how do you know whether you're going to hit your targets or not? So you really want to have a plan established. Okay. Good evening, Amanda Varela. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, Amanda. Thank you for joining in. So again, a part of this wealth building plan for 2024 is number one, you want to set clear financial goals. I know for myself and our family, one of the biggest things we're going to have is 7 streams of income. 7 streams of income. It's biblically based, and this is exactly what the wealthy do. And we already have the plan outlined of the ways in which this money is going to come in, and we are on target. We're well on our way to hitting this goal. Okay, well on our way. Good evening, Janetta Myers. Good evening. Welcome to the Leadership TKO live show. So again, number one, when it comes to setting and really having a plan for 2024, you need to set clear financial goals. Now, here's the second point that I do want to mention. The second point is this, and I definitely want to highlight a couple of your thoughts. Yes, indeed. Amanda, welcome. Glad to have you here. Hello to you as well, Janetta. Glad to have you tuning into the stream as well tonight. So listen, in addition to establishing clear financial goals, number two, you do want to budget in a great way. You want to have what I like to call a sunny opportunity fund. So a fancy way of saying budget and save, you never know what's going to happen inside of your home, obviously, right? So if something breaks down, if you need to go get your car fixed, if you need to go get, certain things taken care of medically, you need to have a way by which you have the funds available and you can just go and do it. Here's a perfect example. I needed to have some teeth work done. Okay. I needed to get a crown replaced this year. Crown work and bridge work for your teeth is not cheap. Okay. It's not cheap at all. I think I had to take care of it was like over $3,000. And I have insurance as someone being an entrepreneur. I have self-employment health insurance. Okay. And so, yeah, I had to have a nest egg of money made available so that I'll be able to go take care of these things. And believe it or not, I had it. I have the money available. I had the money available. I was able to take care of it because I had some things set aside. And so as we're going into 2024, how are you going to budget for that? How are you going to set some money aside for that? And sitting money inside of a regular bank is not the best way. I'm just going to put that little sidebar in there. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. Right? For another day. But budget and save. Create a budget that really tracks your income and also your expenses. So know what's coming inside of your home in terms of money, right? And know what's coming out of your home. That's your expenses. You need to track those things and monitor it as often as possible. That can be every day, right? And that's not too much because you need to know, you need to be a good manager of your finances. So what's coming into your home, what's going out of your home. Now you need to have more money coming in. How many of you right now are in a situation where perhaps you need to have more money coming in? Right now, you got more money going out than money coming in. If that's you, type in me. And it's okay to admit that that's you because there's a way to get out of the situation. Okay. There's solutions that are available to help you get out of that situation. So if you got more money going out of your home than coming into your home, there is a plan for that. There are solutions for that. And we can talk about it. But you need to really identify areas where you can cut back on spending and really allocate those savings towards your goals. So there may be some things that you may be doing a little bit too much with, right? You can cut back on it. Or instead of cutting back, just think about ways to make more money. So a lot of times we go for the what seems to be the easiest, and it's really not easy cutting back. It may be a bit easier for you to just make more money. Okay, someone type that in the chat for me. Make more money. Make more money. And Janetta, we can talk about some things that are available. Okay, there are some things that I know about that you might not know about. And I may have to put you on. Okay, if you want, listen, for those of you who are tuning into the stream, if you want me to put you on to some things that are working, let me know. I got you. Okay, especially for those of you who are on Facebook. If you need to be put on to ways to bringing in more money, listen, solutions are available. Okay, here's what I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks. You don't want to have all of your eggs in one basket. So when a stream stops, you need to have other streams coming in. Okay, you need to have other means by which income is coming in when one source stops. So you need to think about that in terms of your plan, especially in 2024. And you don't have to wait till 2024. You can start doing that now. Okay? Yes, Janetta. Look, we could talk about it. We could talk about it. There's some things going on. And some people, they may not like change, but change is one thing that is constant. Okay? Change is one thing that is constant. Some things we have control over and some things we don't, right? So you do want to establish, yes, an emergency fund when something breaks down, but you also want to have an opportunity fund. Hear me when I say this. Budget for an emergency fund, but also for an opportunity fund. So when opportunities become available, you're not like, well, I don't have the money for that. You need to set some money aside for when the opportunity becomes available. Okay? I'm grateful for my mentors who have, instilled that in me to have money for an opportunity. Good evening, Dr. Patricia. Welcome to the stream, Dr. Pat. Whoop, whoop. So again, have an emergency fund, have an opportunity fund. You need to have those things in place. It's crucial to be able to avoid setbacks. But here's one thing I was talking to a business partner about. Sometimes your setback is setting you up for a major comeback. Can I get an amen on that? What seems to be a setback is setting you up for a major comeback. It's setting you up for a major comeback. Someone type in, if you believe that there are so many things happening in 2023 and you feel like you're coming back with something huge, type in comeback. Type in the word comeback in the chat. Comeback, comeback, comeback. All right. Type in the word come back in the chat. I know that rhymes too. Come back in the chat. Type it in. If you believe all of what's taken place in 2023 and this year is going to work out for your good, it's setting you up for a major comeback. Type in the word come back. Come back. All right. And then, so we talked about number one, you want to set clear financial goals. We said number two, you need to budget and save when it comes to this 2024 wealth building roadmap. These are just some nuggets, a part of the roadmap. Set clear financial goals, budget and save. And here is the third point, a part of this roadmap. And hopefully you're ready. Here's the third point. Okay, here is the third point. Dr. Pat said, come back. I know that's right. Come back, come back. Look, Janetta said, come back. Absolutely. Absolutely. But here's the thing. You all have to be willing to walk by faith. Sometimes you're not going to be able to see everything and know everything. You got to be able to walk by faith. You got to just be able to trust God. Being an entrepreneur is not a cakewalk. It's a faith walk. So you got to be able to trust God and help and let him guide you in the decisions you need to make. Okay. Do your due diligence, your homework when it comes to different things. So trust me when I say this, it's a faith walk. Indeed. It's not for the weak. It's not for those who are going to be, kind of timid and everything. It's not for those type of individuals. Okay. Now here's another point that I want to make. Invest wisely. Ooh, someone type that in the chat for me, please. Invest wisely. Invest wisely. Come on, somebody. Invest wisely. I need you all to type that in. Invest wisely. Now, again, I know I mentioned this before, but I am not a financial advisor, but I will tell you, wisdom is the principal thing. So get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. That's the word. I'm gonna put the word on that one. Wisdom is the principal thing. So therefore, what? Get wisdom. And with all you're getting, get understanding. Good evening, Mr. 5 and 5, Christopher Chaube. Welcome to the stream. Okay, welcome to the stream, Christopher Chaube. Glad to have you on board. Kenneth Durant said, invest wisely. Kenneth, we got to get you a profile image because I see you a lot. I see you hanging out a lot, but we got to get you an image. Kenneth says, invest wisely. Absolutely. Absolutely. We need to use wisdom when it comes to investing because you want to explore different investing options. Some people they don't really look into like stocks, but if you're wise with it, you can do a little something when it comes to stocks. Real estate, if you're friendly with it, if you're wise with it, you can do a little something with real estate. Okay? There's some other things out here as well. Cryptocurrency, if you're wise with it, you can build wealth with cryptocurrency. There are different things that you can do. So you do want to diversify. That's a thing that some people do. They don't sit, just focus on one lane. They have different ways in which they're bringing in income, different ways in which they're growing their money. And you also want to consider managing your risk and aiming for long-term growth. Okay? Manage your risk and aim for long-term growth, not just the present time, not just this present moment, but the long term. And then you need to listen. You need to consider consulting with a financial advisor. Like I said, I'm no financial advisor, but also be cautious because every financial advisor is not wealthy either. There are a lot of broke financial advisors out here. Let me just put that out there on Front Street. There are a lot of broke financial advisors. They're trying to advise you on your money, but they broke. So be careful. Do your homework on who's advising you of the decisions that you're making because they may be broke too. Okay, they may be one step out of their house and one step in their house. So be mindful of who you're taking advice from. Now, I will tell you, number one, when it comes to this wealth plan, this wealth roadmap for 2024, again, setting clear financial goals, number one. Number two, budgeting and saving, preparing yourself for not just an emergency fund, but an opportunity fund. And then number three, investing wisely. These three nuggets is your roadmap. This is a general roadmap. There are some subdivisions there. And so listen, for those of you who need some other streams, we talked about the importance of having at least 7 streams, better even 8. That's the word. That's Bible for you. Okay? So it's better to have multiple streams, not just one. We're talking about wisdom here. That's just like, for example, and I'm going to wrap it up. It's like, for example, someone having a job. Now, having multiple jobs is not necessarily wisdom either, because that's pretty much all of your time in your life. When do you have time to live with multiple jobs? So if you have a job and just a job alone, imagine when the job gets cut off. Imagine if you don't do the work, your income flow stops. Okay, your body at some point or another is going to tell you enough is enough with the job. So you really want to position yourself so that you can exit the job and so that the job is not the only thing coming in. You can't control the income with the job as well, because if they have to lay people off of the job or give your position to someone else, then what happens? You have no control over that. So number one, set clear financial goals. Number two, budget and save. Number three, invest wisely. Understand, learn, get the education on how to put your money to work for you. Identify a vehicle where your money is making money for you. That's what you want to figure out. So these 3 points that we talked about today will provide a solid foundation for those of you who are beginning, and even those of you who have started already, giving you a solid foundation for creating a wealth building plan in 2024. So listen, have you enjoyed what you have heard tonight? I need to know. Give me your thoughts in the chat right now. What did you think about today's message? This wealth building roadmap for 2024. It's some general nuggets. Now, for everybody, there may be a different plan, and we can talk about it. Now, if you want to have a conversation with me, you want to have a sit down, listen, send me a message. There may be a link in the chat where you can schedule a Zoom session with me and we can have a conversation. Now, the only thing that I can share with you is information. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm just going to share with you some information that I may have access to. You will need to make your own decisions on what you desire to do. Okay? So again, I appreciate the compliment. Dr. Pat said, awesome. I appreciate you, Dr. Pat, for being here, tuning into the show. For those of you who may be in the Facebook groups as well, thank you so very much for at least connecting with me in 2023. And we're looking for major things to happen in 2024. I'm telling you right now, it's looking amazing. This is the winning season if you want it to be. It's all a matter of perspective. Okay, do you see this season that we're in? Not talking about winter season. I'm talking about the season of life. Do you see this season of life as being one where doors are opening for you, where more income is to come, where there's going to be what? Abundance. Okay, abundance. If you believe that, type in I believe. I want to raise your belief up a bit. There's a lot of things going on, right? Things that you can't control, but you must believe in yourself. You must believe in this journey that you're on. And so I just want you to know we look forward to being back here with the Leadership TKO show on Monday. Because again, this is every Monday and Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So with that being said, I see you, Dr. Pat. She says she believes. With that being said, I do want to encourage you all to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Understand, if you want to connect, you want to have a chat, take a look in the description area of the video for those of you on YouTube. If you're on podcast platforms, you definitely want to reach out to me as well. Take a look in the description area. And if you're on Facebook, you can send me an inbox message. Be blessed, everyone. Don't forget to share some love. That's right. Love the video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for those of you who are tuning in. And I look forward to speaking with you soon. Be blessed and take care.